Oral questions. Question orale. The honourable member for Burnaby, New Westminster.
Même si les conservateurs ont restreint le nombre de témoins et coupé court les débats en comité, nous avons pu entendre de nombreux témoignages d'experts de partout à travers le pays qui ont quasiment tous confirmé ce que nous disons depuis le début, que les conservateurs font fausse route en refusant d'écouter les critiques sur le projet de loi C-51. Pourquoi le gouvernement conservateur s'entête-t-il à faire adopter un tel projet de loi alors que même leurs propres témoins demandent des changements majeurs à la loi?
Monsieur le Président, la réponse premièrement, c'est la raison pour laquelle on a présenté ce projet de loi, c'est pour protéger les Canadiens, pour protéger notre pays. Mais on avait maintenant un processus avant le comité. C'est nécessaire de continuer d'écouter les témoins, d'écouter les personnes qui présentaient pour cette comité, et on a respecté ce processus.
The honourable member for Burnaby, New Westminster.
Well, don't take our word for it, Mr. Speaker. 90% of Conservative witnesses said changes were needed. Now, Bill C-51 is so flawed that even the former head of CSIS intelligence says that more oversight is needed. Unlike the minister, he understands that when CSIS is being given sweeping new powers, it needs increased oversight and review to go along with them. It's a very simple concept. Will the minister accept our amendments to improve oversight, as 95% of all witnesses and 90% of Conservative witnesses have recommended?
The honourable minister of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, let's take a look at what some of the witnesses have actually said. This is from Ms. Raheel Raza, president of Muslims Facing Tomorrow. She said, quote, "Legislation is important to combat radicalization. We need better tools to track jihadists who travel overseas." Let's listen to what the director, Mr. Ray Boivin, the former assistant director to CSIS, had to say. C-51 will be a very effective tool and way to get jihadist propaganda off the internet. Mr. Speaker, these are the voice of the experts who are saying C-51 will be an important way in which this government can continue to protect Canadians.
The honourable member for Burnaby, New Westminster.
And almost every single one of them said more oversight is needed, Mr. Speaker. They're just not listening, and that's the kind of answer that means that the more Canadians hear about this bill, the less they like it. So Conservatives should really listen to the witnesses, including prominent First Nation witnesses. Everyone from National Chief Perry Bellegarde to tribal councillors and activists have been clear that C-51 poses a real threat to the ability of First Nations to defend their rights and title. Why is the minister refusing to acknowledge that C-51 threatens First Nations rights, and why such disrespect to First Nations, Mr. Speaker?
The honourable minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, like so much of the rhetoric coming from members opposite, that is absolute nonsense. This is a bill not designed whatsoever to impact or affect peaceful protest or those who may take issue with government. Mr. Speaker, this is a bill aimed directly at giving our security agencies the necessary support tools, legislation, and resources to go after people who are directly targeting Canada. Yep. Those are terrorists, Mr. Speaker. Yep. Those who have in the past and may in the future impact directly on the safety of Canadians inside and outside our country. That's why we're bringing forward the legislation. That's why we're participating in an important international mission, Mr. Speaker.